because that guy is not unresting for the rest of the game. No one's unresting the rest of the game. Look at this. Three 10-drop Dofis. Hey, what is up everyone? It's OPTCG here, and today I'm going to be going over an OP08 carrot deck list. I think this deck is a ton of fun. I was testing it on my stream yesterday, and oh, by the way, yes, I am starting to stream now on Twitch, and so if you guys are interested, I usually post on like Twitter or my Instagram like when I'm going to be going live, but I'll try to get a more regular schedule going forward. But for now, if you follow me on my socials, I'll usually put up when I'm about to do a streaming session. But yeah, yesterday I was testing both this and Marco, and so those will probably be the two videos I released this week. But I wanted to go over Carrot first, and so for those of you who don't know, she's a 5k power leader with a special attribute, and she has a leader ability that reads activate main once per turn. If you have a Mink type character in the field, basically, you can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. And so really strong effect, really good at controlling the board. A lot of the Mix package will also freeze any rested characters, and so you're able to kind of, just rest the 5 cost, freeze it, lock it in place, and then trade really well into your opponent's board. And so I do think it plays pretty well into a meta where we're kind of flooding the board. We have like the Dofi with the Warlord package, the Reijus, we have like the Luccis, the Moria plays. And so anytime we're able to kind of mitigate and keep those things frozen, it gives us time to deal with the board state or go for game, right? And so she's a mono green leader and 5 life, and so yeah, I really do think this leader is quite fun. I do hope that it performs a little bit better into a lawless meta, and so really excited to kind of test this out in locals and see how far we can push the deck. And so with that being said, let's go over we'll go over the Mink package first, and then we'll go over the Donquixote package / others. And so first things first, we have 3 copies of our boy Dogstorm. He is a 3 cost 4k body with a slash attribute, 1k counter, but we're really playing him for his effect. If all your Don cards are rested, this character cannot leave the field due to your opponent's effects. And so it's a really strong card to play on your second turn going first, because you summon him for 3, all of your Don will be rested. He's a Minx, and so Carrot's going to be able to rest whatever your opponents establish in turn 2, or their turn 1 rather, and swing into it, or just swing at face. And so then this guarantees that we have a Mink on the board for the following turn, right? So it can't just be removed arbitrarily by like, a Lucci player or some other methods, and so really strong card. It allows us to have our leader ability active for our Don 5 play, in which case we can do things like rest whatever they establish in their 4 Don and then play out a Carrot, right, and keep that locked. And so good synergies there. I'm running into 3 of because I do want to see it early, but towards the later end of the game, like it gets less and less value, and so it ends up being mostly like a 1k counter. But yeah. Next we have 3 copies of the 5-drop Carrot from OP02. This is a 2k counter, and we're mostly just playing this as a searchable 2k counter. It allows us to set one of our Don cards as active, but we're not really ever playing this out. Only reason why I chose this over a different 2k is because of the Rosinante. In case we don't have any other 5 cost to kind of pair with playing it out, at least we can establish 2 bodies and one that can't be KO'd by effects. And so that's the reason why I'm running this at 3. We are running this Sicilian. He's a 2 cost 3k body. He's from OP02 as well. He has a 1k counter. And on play, you can rest 2 Don and then set one of your Mink's tribe type characters with a cost of 5 or less is active. Again, this guy gets more value towards the later end of the game, when you're establishing your 5 costs on the board. But we do play him primarily because once we establish a body that's 5 costs as Rosinante, we can restand that 5 cost so that it's immune to KO effects. And so we'll go over that play line later when we get through the Donquixote package. But yeah, this card is mostly for that, and otherwise it could just be a low costing Mink's body that we put on the board if we need to keep our leader's ability live and we don't have any Minks on the board yet. And so there's that. We have 4 copies of the OP08 Inurashi. So he's a 5 cost 6k body, 1k counter, and on play, if your leader has the Minx type, up to 2 of your opponent's rested 5 cost or lower characters cannot be set active during their next refresh phase. And so really good card into things like black when they establish like those Lucci's out and they're rested. You can just keep them rested. And really, really good into blue, that likes to flood the board with the Warlord package. All those are 4 costs, and so us being able to lock 2 of them in a rested state gives us that breathing room to deal with the board or maybe even push your game, right? And so very, very good. We're running it a 4 of. And again, it can be summoned out by Rosinante as well because it's a 5 cost. We are running 4 copies of the 5-drop Carrot. This card is goated. I think it's one of the strongest cards that Green has gotten in a little bit. And so it's a 5 cost 6k body with a 1k counter and has an on-play and when attacking ability up to one of your opponent's rested 7 cost characters or less do not become active during its owner's next refresh phase. And so this carrot's able to permanently lock down a rested 7 cost as long as it's on the board. And so really strong, and it's sitting at a 6k, makes it a little bit sturdier and a little bit harder to remove, right? And so really strong card. We're running it at a 4 of. Has to be at a 4 of, in my opinion. Next we have 4 copies of Milky. She's a 2 cost 0k power. 100% mostly using this for a 2k counter, but she does have an activate main. You may rest this character if your leader has the Minx type set up to one of your rested Dawn as active. And so that could come in handy in certain situations, but again, mostly just being a 2k counter. I don't see myself ever really playing this out unless, again, I need a Minx on the board and I don't have anything else but her to play. And so, yeah, really strong card. Last but not least, maybe we should have gone over this first, but it's Wanda. She is our 1 cost 2k power body with 1k counter, and she's our searcher. So basically, we look at the top 5 cards, reveal 1 Minx type character other than Wanda, add it to our hand, then place the rest at the bottom of our deck in any order. And so, again, being able to search out our 2Ks or carrots or Inurashis, very invaluable. We need to run this at a 4 of. And then I guess lastly, the last Minx card that we're running is Electrical Luna. This card is so good. So it's for 3 cost. All of your opponent's rested characters with the cost of 7 or less do not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. And so really good at locking the board down and preventing your opponent from cracking back at you after whatever you established. And so some cheeky play lines you can do on Tendon with Hody Jones. You can rest 2 of their characters. Still have 3 up for Electrical Luna. If you had a Minx on the board, that's 3 characters are resting because of the leader ability. And so, yeah, you can just see the value you're getting, right? And so that's really cool. There's a lot of like little play lines you can do with this deck. And I think the more you'll play it, the more you'll see them and be like, wow, okay, I have a way to deal with quite a few different situations. And so we'll go over the Donquixote package now. We are running 3 copies of the Baby 5 Searcher. You could argue to run it at a 4 of, but I did want to include more Minx. But again, I'm running this with 3 copies, but it's our 1 cost, 1k power with a 1k counter. Activate main, you rest 1 Dawn, you rest this character, and then we can look at the top 5 cards for Donquixote Pirates. And it can search herself too, so if you need to, You can pick up another baby 5 and dig even deeper if we're looking to pick up some of our boss monsters. And so, may end up actually bumping it to 4 of and dropping down maybe like the event, 0 cost event down to 2, or we'll see, maybe dropping a 2K or something like that, because we are running quite a few 2Ks. But yeah, so that might be what I do in the future, but for now it's the 3 of. We are running Rosinante, and this card is really good in this deck. And so, one, it protects our Minks, because most of our important Minks are 5 cost. And so, it just has just being able to cheat out bodies in a meta where we're constantly seeing all these colors being able to play out more than one body for their Dawn. Allows us to kind of keep up with that tempo. And so, it's an 8 cost, 8k power. On your opponent's turn, if this character is rested and you have an active character with an original cost of 5, it can't be KO'd by effects. And so it protects our carrots, it protects our Inarashi, and our Jewelry Bonnie. And so that's why this Sicilian is kind of cool tech, because we can, for that cost, save and make sure that our carrot stays alive, and we're able to kind of recycle that ability for the next turn. And so, when Rosinante is played, you can rest Rosinante, and they can play a character with 5 cost or less from your hands, a green cost character. And so, again, that's hitting our carrots, our Inarashi, Jewelry Bonnie, and carrot. And so, really good synergies. I'd say probably more prevalent in the black matchups, but again, just being able to establish 2 bodies for 8 Dawn is just really good in any matchup. And so there's that. We are running 4 copies of the BB5. This is the 2. We're mostly just running this for a 2K, but you do have the other ability to, at the end of return, trash this character to set 2 of your Dawn as active. Doesn't really help us in this because we're not running any counter events that cost Dawn. And so, yeah, mostly this is a 2K that we can search with Baby 5. We are running 4 copies of Doflamingo, the 10-drop boss monster. It kind of just works really well into the synergies that we have, especially because we don't need any Dawn commitment to use our leader's ability. So it's a guaranteed kind of like 1 extra, at least 5 cost or less character that we're going to be able to rest and lock with this Doflamingo. And so chaining these back to back to back can often just be enough to win a game. And so, even 1 is impressive, but if you see 2 and you're able to establish 2, it's just GG. And so, very strong card. What else do we have? We have the 3 copies of the 0 cost event. If you see, we are running quite a few top ends with quite a few bricks, and so this just helps us stay healthy and kind of get rid of super bricked hands. But it also has the trigger that allows us to rest an opponent's character with a cost of 4 or less, which does matter, right? And so it helps us, if we don't need that 0 cost event, to rest 1 additional character that we can either lock with Electrical Luna or our Doflamingo rather. And so, really cool. We are running 3 copies of Jewelry Bonnie. It does help a lot in the black matchup, this one, because or even Black Yellow Luffy too. And so just being able to lock and rest an opponent's Dawn, and preventing it from being refreshed allows us to kind of throw a wrench into our opponent's plans. Otherwise, just being able to lock a character that's rested is really strong too, right? Because there's no cost restriction to the character that she locks. And so, unlike Carrot, who can only lock a 7 cost or lower. And so, it does matter, right? If we can't handle another wave of a crackback from a larger body, that does come into play. And so, we're running 3 copies of that. And then I think last but not least, we only have the Hody to go over. The Hody Jones kind of really ties together any green deck, but especially this deck because a deck that is constantly resting so many bodies and locking so many bodies, it just fits in so perfectly, right? And so, again, some of my favorite play lines have been when on the 10 Dawn turn, playing the Hody Jones, resting 2 characters, using the Carrot ability to rest 1 more character, then dropping an Electrical Luna to freeze the whole board, right? And then you're still swinging with what you have on the board, swinging with the Hody, So he's getting value, and now your opponent's like, what do I do? How do I crack back without any of my stuff on resting? And so, really, really fun deck. We're going to get into some gameplay, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's other cards that you guys are running that I haven't considered, because I would love to consider that too. But this is kind of like my first take, and so we'll get into some gameplay now. Alright, so let's get into some gameplay. So the first game is up against a Lucci player. I think this matchup, it can kind of swing either way. I do think black is still really good right now, but we'll see what we can do with this carrot. Okay, so we do have a few turn one plays. We definitely will do the search. I like carrot. And I'll say pass. We're going to take this first hit. Oh, nice. We got another carrot. Here I do think we will just swing 6 and then establish Dogstorm. Oh, but that's actually awkward. Dogstorm can be KO'd then, because my Dons aren't rested. Maybe it's actually just better to swing 5, summon the baby 5 and Dogstorm, and then at least we have one more additional swing the following turn. He's actually really good going first curve play, but alas, we're going second. Oh. So my opponent's at 5 Don. He could swing Lucci. Just establish an early Lucci. Oh, does he not know this guy's effects? I guess we'll find out. I kind of want to keep both carrots, because I'm very greedy like that. Well, this guy's just going to stay rested from now on. Zero cost event. Yeah, we're gonna swing 5, 5, and then play the carrot out. I'm glad we saved the other carrot. We'll just keep his board on lockdown for a little bit. Because we went 8, we can play the other carrot. And then we have Electric Luna, and then Dofi. So he's getting rid of Dogstorm. We are okay with that. I'm probably going to play a Lucci, take out these two. It'd be more annoying for him to take out these two, but let's see what he does. Perfect. We're cool with it. We're cool with it. I'm just gonna keep going into his life. Gonna play this like a Bonnie player, fam. we'll counter this one. Next turn, we might be able to Hody into the Electric Luna, and then Dofi to follow up the following turn. We'll see how it plays out, though. He does have enough for the Moria play here. Let's see what's in his trash. Oh, he doesn't have removal in his trash. Oh, that sucks for him. Maybe summons a Jack? Oh, another Sabo. Okay, that's perfect for us. Swing 9. Oh, okay, he's at least getting rid of that guy. Alright, so here we're going to lock down his whole board. It doesn't really matter. There, and then we Electric Luna. That's disgusting, guys. That's disgusting. Yeah, and we're gonna defend this carrot 100%. If he like Morias and summons a Rebecca, we're gonna just be able to rest it and just go for game. Absolutely nasty. Yeah, 100% defending this one. Yeah, that's a misplay. He should have gone for the carrot, in my opinion. Unless he still can. Let me see. Is it 3? No, I don't think there's a combination where he gets both of them. Probably to the Brook. He done gone messed up, fam. He done gone messed up. Hody did its job. Yeah, there's no shot anymore. This guy's cooked. This man is cooked. Sure, why not? Oh, geez, he was so bricked too. All right, so game number 2, we have a Dofi. Love that name. Cooking, but at what cost? Geez, we're gonna keep this. I do like this hands. Wow, he really is cooking. This is weird. Look at the top 3 card. Okay. I don't know. I think Perona or the 3-cost Dofi blocker is just arguably just way better, but alas. To each their own. Now that we have Dogstorm on the field, we can just rest and then play out Inuyasha. We have a lot of our top ends. Hopefully we can see some other things. We'll play this guy out. We'll lock him. And we'll just swing it to his leader. Yeah, this is a really interesting effect. It kind of just assures that this character will stay on the board for one turn cycle. Because I think once you start attaching Dawn, this no longer applies. But it's really good until like the black matchup, sometimes the blue. I'll take that. So 7. I'm actually going to Hody here. Because why not, right? We'll just force a bunch of cards out of this guy's hands. I will gladly take all his cards. And just establish the board. Next turn will be 9, so I can search for like a carrot and then play out the Rosinante, which is kind of nice. We have this big wide board that he has to deal with now. Yeah, I think Homie forgot that he can't. Do I need this guy anymore? No, I don't need him anymore. I do not need him anymore. Hey, look at that. Perfect. Play this guy out. Freeze. Honestly, I'll just swing into it. If it gives me a 2K, I'm even happier. Yeah, because that guy is not unresting for the rest of the game. No one's unresting the rest of the game. Look at this. Three 10-drop Dofis. This guy's not unresting for the rest of the game. This guy's not. I'm just kidding. That guy will probably be unrested. You gotta go higher than that, fam. I'm cool with it. I don't know what you do at this point. Ooh, that's rough. Does he have any outs? Yeah, no, definitely not. Tendra Kaida just ensures he dies. Jeez. Well, that's it.